Hi guys, I'm Riz, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing Christmas dinner Punjabi style. Right, today I'm making a tandoori chicken, okay, with roast potatoes and char-grilled capsicums. First things first, I'm going to start with 3 tablespoons of salt, 2 lemons, freshly squeezed, and 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. 2 reasons for this, okay? The salt's going to be the base, the lemon and the vinegar, the base of the marination. That's the first reason. Second reason, it's a good disinfectant. So any E. coli, anything that might be on the surface of that chicken will disappear. I've got here 2.2 kgs, okay? That's a 2.2 kg bird. I've made some slits in there just for the marination, as you can see. So not very long slits, but just deep ones. Do the best, the thighs and the leg, okay? So I'm gonna start with rubbing the salt, the lemon and the vinegar all around the chicken. Try to reach into that cavity, get as much as you can inside. This is gonna form the base of our marination. This is farm fresh, as I said, 2.2 kgs. Now this serves 4 to 6 people. If you've got a smaller family, okay, go for a 1 kg chicken and just reduce whatever I'm doing by half. From start to finish, this is gonna take 2 hours, okay? So about 15 minutes of prep time, 1 hour, 45 minutes, and we'll be done. Okay, so once you're happy that you've got the salt, the vinegar and the lemon everywhere you possibly can, we're gonna put the chicken aside. And we're gonna dress this into a desi bird. It is though, isn't it? It is though. Tandoori chicken bird, you know? Right, step 2. 100 ml of sunflower oil, 2 tablespoons of dry coriander seeds, 2 tablespoons dry cumin seeds. Again, these are all freshly ground. As I always say, nothing out of a packet. 1 tablespoon red chili. This is going to add to the color. We don't need any artificial colors. 1 tablespoon paprika. Again, freshly ground. Then we've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of clove, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 teaspoon of green cardamom, 1 teaspoon of dry fenugreek leaves, 1 teaspoon of mace, and half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Everything I've just mentioned there is the base to your freshly ground tandoori masala. No reason for packets. So over here, I've got 1 capsicum red. Again, it's gonna add this flavor and give us color in our tandoori masala. 3 fresh bullet chilies. I'll just put them in the blender to go straight in. 1 onion in a blender. There we go, as a paste. 2 tablespoons ginger. 1 tablespoon garlic. Now again, the ginger and garlic freshly pasted, no powders, okay? What we're doing here is we're not just making a tandoori masala, this is gonna form the base of our gravy. Hence the reason for the onions, the capsicum, okay? I'll explain, you will see why. We're gonna save the gravy from what's left over from the chicken. We're gonna drizzle that on top of our roast potatoes. I'm gonna save those lemon skins, okay? So once I've marinated the chicken, I'm gonna stuff the inside of that chicken with those lemons. Nothing's gonna go to waste. We're gonna get the aroma and the zest from those lemons once we've stuffed it. Finally, 250 grams of Greek yogurt. We're gonna give this a good mix. As I said, this is our tandoori masala, and also it's gonna form the base of our gravy to make sure we catch everything in there. You can see the color changing. We've used paprika, we've used the red capsicum, we've used the red chili powder to give us this color. No artificial colors, no artificial ingredients, all freshly ground. You can see that's now changing into a thick, nice, bright red colored paste. Right, let's get this bird dressed. And we go with the chicken, okay? Muddle in there, give it a good massage. You need to get into all those nooks and crannies. Start with the wings, get right in there with your fingers. Cover the outside of the chicken first, okay? Now when you want to turn it over, if you're afraid it's going to break, just grab hold of it from there, okay? Support the back and turn it over. Just like bathing a baby. We don't put any slits in the back of the chicken because we don't want it falling apart. We've got no flesh on the back, okay? We've got the spine, the neck, and we've got the rib cage. So no need for us to make any slits there. The meaty side's the other side. Once you're happy it's covered, turn it back over again, okay? Now, we want to really get inside that chicken. So what we do is get that masala right inside, as so, okay? Just as you're filling a water bottle, but you're doing so with the masala. So right inside. Start to look like a tandoori chicken now. Those lemon skins that we juiced earlier, like I said, nothing goes to waste. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna fill the inside of the chicken with them, okay? That's gonna give us that extra zest as the chicken cooks all day, and also they'll help body that chicken to keep it together. There we go, it's ready. Okay, I've preheated the oven. Gas marked 190, half an hour before I started. Very important, okay? And I've got my baking tray in there for the potatoes, which I'll come back to. Now I'm gonna plate that chicken in the oven tray, ready to go in. I wanna catch every drop of gravy. So what I've done is I've put foil at the bottom of my baking tray, okay? I've got this cage here that the chicken will sit on top of. Reason is I want that heat to get all the way around that chicken. If I sit the chicken down on that foil, it'll go soggy from the bottom. We don't want that, okay? So here we go. So our chicken's gonna go in. Every bit of that sauce, that tandoori masala, we're gonna pour on top because any extra remnants which is left over will convert into gravy. So I'm just gonna pile that on. As the chicken cooks, so will the masala on top. And we're going to catch the gravy at the bottom, as I said earlier, which we're going to put on top of our crispy roast potatoes once they're ready. Chicken's ready to go in. Gas mark 190. It's going to take about an hour and a half to cook. Okay, so the next stage now, the roast potatoes. I've boiled these for about 10 minutes in salty water, about 2 tablespoons of salt. Okay, in water, give them a boil. I've drained them, so I've got them nice and fluffy. They have to have that fluffy texture. That's what it's all about. So once you've taken them out and you've drained them, give them a little shake so they have that fluffy texture. As I said earlier, we're wasting nothing here. That's the skin from the chicken, which I'm going to be using as fat and as gravy that's going to go on top of the potatoes. Let's get cracking. Preheated oven tray, 180 grams of goose fat. Okay, so very carefully now, because they're very fragile, we're going to place the potatoes into the goose fat. Also, only one layer, okay? You can't place potatoes on top of each other. It won't work here. The chicken's going to take about an hour and a half. These potatoes will be ready in 45 minutes. Timing's everything. And if you've got little bits left over, just put them in. Once they're in, okay, just toss them around lightly to make sure the potatoes are covered evenly with the goose fat all the way around. One single layer, spread them out nicely, as so. These are now ready to go in. Like I said, chicken will take an hour and a half, potatoes will take 45 minutes, okay? So timing's everything. So we've got to wait now, put this aside for the next stage. So our chicken's been going half an hour now, gas mark 190. It's time for the potatoes. They've been sitting here for half an hour, okay? Soaking up that goose fat. Next thing, the chicken skin. I've diced this up into little pieces, okay? What I'm gonna do is just cover the top of those potatoes with that chicken skin. Just like that. As I said, nothing needs to go to waste. That chicken skin is gonna cook in there. It's gonna give it that extra bit of fat, that extra bit of flavor, okay? So finally, a nice, generous pinch of salt. A decent pinch of black pepper. Straight on top of the potatoes. Now these potatoes are going to take about an hour to cook, but there's a party trick about halfway through, which I'll show you guys, okay? Finally, it won't be a Punjabi dish without a little bit of, there we go, dry chili flakes, red. We're ready. In the oven for half an hour. We're going to pull them out after half an hour. Those potatoes will be ready in an hour, as will the chicken, okay? But 10 minutes before we do that, we're gonna char grill this veg. we're half an hour in. Potatoes, I'm gonna pull them out, okay? They've got another half an hour to go. There's a but though. The but is I had to swap the chicken with the potatoes because no two chickens are the same. There's our chicken. There we go. And again, if anyone wants to know when the chicken's gonna be ready, just look at that drumstick there. Can you see it's pulling away from the bowl? Now I'm just gonna turn it around. Can you see that crispy brown coating over the top? Okay, that's what I want. Now what I'm gonna do is just turn them around, as so. Once we've turned them around, just like that, what we do now is get something flat, okay? Something like this. What we wanna do is just push them down slightly, okay? As so. What we're doing here is increasing the surface area of that potato, pushing out any juices that are within that potato just to get a little bit more crispness. There we go. I can promise you they're gonna be the best roast potatoes you'll ever taste. Now, back in the oven. Another half an hour, we're ready. This dish takes 2 hours, and as I always say, if you don't have time, if you're in a rush, get a takeaway. Okay guys, so we're an hour and 20 minutes in, 10 minutes left. Final step, we're gonna char grill these capsicums on a standard cooker. Nothing on them at all, straight onto the flame. What I'm using here is a grill from the oven, straight on, okay? No charcoal, no barbecue, not needed. As they pop and crackle, have a tongue, don't use your hands, it's very hot, okay? Just move them around. This process will take about 7 or 8 minutes. You're probably wondering, how do you know it's done? You'll feel it. When they got a bit squidgy, okay? Peppers, you don't want to overcook them. Look at that, they've got a nice char-grilled layer on them, okay? At this point, gas off. Remember, do not touch that grill. It's very hot. Moment of truth, here we go. As I said, there's your crispy brown roasted potatoes, tandoori chicken, sizzling away. A crispy shell, look at that. Okay guys, let's plate this up. That gravy that I spoke about. There we go. Chargrilled veg. Now the reason why I said don't cut it open is because I want those juices to flow on top of the chicken. There we go. Your perfect Christmas Punjabi dinner. Merry Christmas.